Warning, asteroids approaching. Asteroids destroyed. Well done.
Please welcome Tracy Wilson.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Nashville, and welcome to 3D Experience World 2023. Yes, oh yes. While it has been so nice to see each other virtually over the last couple of years, it is so fantastic to be back in person where we left off. Yes, it does feel good. It does feel good. Now, I know you're eager to get to all the great content that we have planned for you over the next 3 days. So let's get started. Please welcome Senior Vice President of 3D Experience Works, Gianpaolo Bassi.
Thank you. Wow. Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Good day, everyone connected. I know more than 10,000 out there. And welcome to 3D Experience World 2023. I promise this is going to be the best world ever because it feels so good to be back in person again, doesn't it? We have so many people to reconnect with, so many things to talk about, so many things to learn. The last time we were together, actually, it was 3 years ago, right in this room, remember, in the Music City. We were celebrating our gathering to dream big, to learn how to turn dreams into reality. Little we knew then that what we considered as granted could be disrupted in a blink of an eye. In fact, a few weeks later, the entire world ground to a halt, and we learned quickly how important it is to work from anywhere, to stay connected, still be always up to date. The virtual world that you created with the platform gave everybody the freedom to imagine and create new solutions for the new emergencies that came out of nowhere, and no matter the circumstances. We understood very well what Albert Einstein said. Of course, he was right? He said, knowledge is less important than imagination, because knowledge is limited by what we know. Imagination has no limit. We didn't know anything about the pandemic, right? And yet our imagination empowered us to fight back. This is why we have decided that the power of imagination is the theme of our world. And once again, we are here to be inspired and to push the limits of our own imagination. In the last 3 years, we have made a lot of progress in our mission to expand the most successful design ecosystem in the world. It's you, it's Solidworks, to the most powerful innovation portfolio in the world. It's a 3DEXPERIENCE Works. We call it a true imagination engine. We have added a lot of things in the last few years. You see here machine learning and actually generative design capabilities that let you to explore and experiment with even greater freedom. We have added simulation application of unmatched accuracy to simulate virtually all aspects of the real world. You see here computational fluid dynamics. You see here the simulation of the electromagnetic field. It's amazing what is going to happen using all these capabilities. We have even added applications to create amazing e-commerce experiences. Who doesn't want to have an e-commerce experience these days, right? We are delving full speed into digital manufacturing, from CNC and 3D printing to everything needed for full factory automation, like robot programming, virtual equipment commissioning, plant design. We are able to virtualize a full factory in a few hours and energy toll in our platform. No way you can do it on a laptop or on a desktop. You can see the power of 3DEXPERIENCE Works manufacturing in full display in the playground, where Mike Buckley and John Milbury will be more than happy to show how to make almost everything, including this beautiful buckle belt, right? This was designed with SolidWorks Cloud, was 3D printed in stainless steel with Delmia, by the way, on machines designed with SolidWorks. I think it was Mark Ford, and finished with the Delmia and C milling machine programmer, a beautiful member of our portfolio. In the last 3 years, we have also seen new challenges. Let me talk about the disruption of the global supply chain. It is reported that the vast majority of our clients have been deeply affected and had very deep negative impact on their business. Now, you combine this with the new phenomenon, the chronic shortage of a specialized labor force and the instability of material prices and the unbalanced distribution of manufacturing capability. Now, this is the perfect storm. It is evident that a new, more holistic approach to manage this business is necessary. And the unanimous consensus from the experts is that technology is the solution. And technology must rely on platforms that can provide accurate visibility and analysis in real time of all internal and external factors that can affect business. Why platform? Because value today is created by connecting people, data, and solution in a unique and transparent source of truth. In platform is where innovations like generative AI or deep machine learning applied to the virtual world in 3D can really make a difference. We have it already. Make a difference in creating new level of ideas and insight. And at the end, data is the enabler all over that, to discover new knowledge and unearth know-how that probably you didn't even know you had. But those data need to reside in the platform so that our innovation can introspect them and transform data into important information. Now, the 3DEXPERIENCE platform has proven as the right choice to elevate the flexibility, resilience, and readiness to market the demand that is so critical these days. In 1992, the European Union introduced the Eco label. So it was a voluntary initiative then to certify products with high environmental standards throughout the life cycle, from material sourcing to disposal. 30 years later, actually not long ago, in December 2022, the European Parliament announced an initiative to introduce a carbon tariff on imported goods. We can say that the transition to a more sustainable way of life has started, hasn't it? It is estimated that more than 80% of product-related environmental impact is determined at the design stage. Once again, technology can help. A virtual twin can support eco-friendly design strategy like product longevity, material recyclability, modularity, design for disassembly. The 3DEXPERIENCE Works can do more, can tell you exactly what is the environmental impact of your designs, as you can see here on the video. In the words of sociologist Laila Ajaroglu, the things that we design at the end design us. I couldn't find a better phrase to describe what you do, guys. The things that you design at the end design us. Now, what if the system in the design system approach that we all use, how if the system was a society itself? Our virtual twin is not simply meant to improve things. The end game, guys, is to improve life itself. Circularity is a fundamental part of the sustainability conversation. And to realize a circular economy, we also need to change ourselves. We need to go to transform ourselves from consumers to users. Now, you producers, you need to invent new business models like renting or services in addition to purchasing. And many of you, many of our customers are working on amazing innovations to support sustainability and circularity. I would like now to invite on stage Fabio Pissato from Milan, Italy. He's the chief of entrepreneurs of a company called Innovia, a group that is very much focused on sustainability and innovation in that area. Please welcome Fabio on stage. Ciao Fabio, welcome. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, thank you.
Now, let's start with your innovations in the area of sustainable mobility. I know you are very passionate about that. Tell me what you're doing there.
Well, first of all, let me say that what we try to do is to bring physical products and companies to market at the speed of what happens with digital world typically. And to do this, there are a couple of challenges. One is to create a network of excellence with research and the industry partner that can allow us to do that. But on the other side, we also need very rigorous approach of methodologies and systems, and that can be implemented only with the right tools. So speaking about mobility, we think that innovations comes from giving safety to the user of
any device,
light vehicle particularly.
Here we see beautiful bicycles, right?
Exactly. For this, we developed a ride, which is electro-pneumatic suspension, adaptable, and the first ABS that, as long as I know, cannot completely integrated into the frame of an e-bike.
Say it again, ABS fully integrated in the frame of the bike.
Exactly.
We have a lot of bikers here. I think they are listening very carefully.
So that's an important innovation, because if you want people, particularly the elderly or the new people approaching e-bikes and fast mobility, to adopt that, safety is quite important.
Very good. Now, Fabio, you mentioned sustainable mobility. What about autonomous mobility? What about that? I know you guys are working in that area. Tell us about that.
Yes, also that one. So I'm very proud of YAPE, which is an autonomous pod for the last mile delivery of light parcels that was even included in the World Economic Forum list of groundbreaking boats for sustainable logistics.
Wow, congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. On the other side, we have other companies like eShocks that builds components for the control of vehicles. So why is that important? Because the new mobility requires entire new architectures for vehicles, which is on one side electrification and on the other side autonomous, as you said. So it's important to provide the set of components that accelerate building those new architectures.
Okay, interesting. And you told me that Y-Ape is actually being deployed in Milan right now in certain areas, right?
It's deployed in Milan, and there is a district where we do parcels consignment with a smart city built by the Italian institution to test and experiment with all these new technologies.
Beautiful. So now we say that virtual things can improve real things. Tell us how.
Well, for this, I want to present WeArt and the Touch Diver that Gianpaolo did in Milan when he was visiting us. And by the way, you can test not all together, please, at the pavilion partner, okay, if you're interested. That brings the feeling of touch of a virtual reality. So that means that you can design a car seat and have the virtual twins of that and feel the softness, the texture, and how the lateral upholstery of the seats feels like.
That's truly amazing. I was in Milan, I tried that. You know, you put those spots on your fingers and you can feel the real thing. It's really brawling, the boundary between what is virtual and what is real is difficult to understand. It's blurring that boundary. And actually, you also have the feeling of temperature, right?
Yes, yes. And the reason for that is that we want to bring it as close as possible to the real life experience. As you said, it's very important in virtual prototyping to make it as real as possible. So in a sense, what we do at WeArt is we make virtual prototyping less digital and almost physical.
Almost physical. I can tell you that he put on my virtual screen, my virtual goggle, he put a flame, and I felt the sense of burning. I removed my hand right away. It was really an amazing experience. It really brings it to the next level. Now, you said that virtual twins are meant to improve life, right? Because WeArt get even closer to the real life experience. Now, tell us, what can 3DEXPERIENCE do for you?
Well, to innovate at speed, we structure in a very collaborative way. So we have teams of engineers which are shared with startups, with companies, with clients, with contract manufacturers. So it's important to have an agile platform that supports all the activity. And we do all our designs with Solidworks. Now, on top of that, 3DEXPERIENCE had the safety and state-of-the-art safety so that we don't have to care about maintaining our infrastructure, and that's quite a big help for us.
So that you can focus on what you do best, which is innovate. So,
exactly.
Fabio, I think you found the right partners, and we found the right partners too. Thank you. Thank you very much for your testimony.
Thank you for having us.
Have fun. Go visit Fabio in the pavilion and try the WeArt device. It's truly amazing. In 2021, the economic rebound from the shutdown of the pandemic caused an energy demand surge that was partially met by the increased use of coal. Now, this resulted in the largest annual increase of carbon dioxide emission ever recorded. In the same year, 2021, the International Energy Agency published a very important paper that outlines a path to achieve net zero emissions by 2050. The same year, the Intergovernment Panel on Climate Change has confirmed that the carbon dioxide emissions need to reach net zero by 2050, as the IEA said, in order to limit the warming of the planet to 1.5 degrees centigrade. So limiting the CO2 in the atmosphere is now clearly a priority, but we also need to find ways to remove the excess of CO2 that we inevitably will produce. How about looking at how nature did it for 2.6 billion years? 71% of the surface of the Earth is covered by the ocean. And the sea growth phytoplankton. Those are tiny plants that, like real trees, cause photosynthesis. They transform CO2 into oxygen. Actually, between 50 to 80% of the oxygen that we breathe is created by phytoplankton. This is why, by the way, the white cliffs of power were created, because the carbon absorbed by the phytoplankton, when phytoplankton dies, goes to the bottom of the ocean and is stored there forever. Then the cliff emerged, the cliff of Dovers, and we found out that this is the way they were created. The next story is about a company called the Ocean-Based Climate Solution. This company looked at the miracle of nature and found a way to remove carbon dioxide by using the energy of the waves to feed the phytoplankton. Please welcome Salvador Garcia, the Chief Revenue Officer of Ocean-Based Climate Solutions. Welcome, Salvador. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. Thank you. This is a very interesting story. So, I mean, feeding phytoplankton, this is a very hard problem to solve. Tell us how you do it.
Yes, Gianpaolo. In nature, there exists an oceanic process called ocean upwelling, which is when cold, deep seawaters rich in nutrients like phosphate, nitrate, and silicate rise to the surface, fertilizing phytoplankton that feeds zooplankton and small fish and so on up the food chain. This process is responsible for the great fishing grounds off the coasts of California, Peru, and the Northwest Africa. However, as you travel away from the coasts, there's virtually no phytoplankton in these ocean deserts. Blue water is beautiful, yes, but it's dead. Green water is thriving and a living ocean. So our technology uses wave energy to pump nutrients from the twilight zone to the sunlit zone, resulting in a biological response that converts CO2 emissions into ocean fish food, phytoplankton, which can double in mass every 24 hours.
Oh my God, 24 hours.
Yeah. Over time, this results in marine snow, which is dead or eaten phytoplankton and all the marine life it feeds, sinking to the deep ocean, which is a natural form of carbon sequestration. We have designed our pumps to operate 100% on ocean wave energy, with solar panels for electronics, including GPS. In addition, we wanted to survive huge waves, so we've designed in force limiting, so our technology ducks under huge waves and pops out the other side. Also, for durability, we've minimized the number of moving parts, so our pump has just one set of moving parts, the intake valve flappers. Then there's the design challenge of vertically deploying a 400-meter long tube in the ocean. Our solution is a flexible fabric tube that spools onto the buoy. It then self-deploys when dropped off the boat. And finally, we've just come up with a real game changer, real-time data to verify the amount of CO2 removed from the atmosphere. So those are the 5 key design elements for our ocean upwelling pump.
Interesting. The bird seems enjoying your device too.
Yes, it attracts marine life right away.
Beautiful. Now, you mentioned that you can precisely measure the carbon sequestration. So you can create carbon credits. This is a very interesting business model, right? And add this to our platform ability to measure exactly the CO2 footprint of your products, then you can buy the offset, and you would be in an amazing position to lead the economy of sustainability, right? What do you think?
I believe. Yes.
Now, the reason you contacted us is that you wanted the partners that could support, the design of this amazing technology with accuracy and the speed. Now, I think we are the right partners. Don't you agree? Tell us why.
Yes. In fact, we have used Solidworks and 3DEXPERIENCE Works since the earliest phase of development.
Thank you.
3DEXPERIENCE Works provides an integrated platform for design, development, review, and manufacture for our system. Since it is on the cloud, we do not have the burden of the complicated infrastructure to maintain and keep safe. We have access to all the world-class applications we will ever need, so we've signed the deal, and it's time to get to work fast.
Okay, I will not hold you 1 minute more. Salvador, thank you very much for your amazing testimonial. Ocean-based solution, guys. Salvador Garcia, thank you very much. What you guys do is amazing. I can't help but just being in awe. Now, I think you share with me that these two great examples show the power of the 3DEXPERIENCE Works portfolio and the proof that we are ready now to future-proof your companies. So given that, rolling the drums, I'd like to make a very important announcement. Now, we feel that everyone in the SolidWorks community should be taking advantage of all that 3DEXPERIENCE Works has to offer. Now, listen to this. Starting from July 2023, we will be including cloud services with every seat of SolidWorks. So you are free to take advantage of state-of-the-art of security, collaboration, data management, and mobility in the cloud. Isn't it amazing? Every seat of SolidWorks. I let it sink in, Anytime you want, at the pace you want, it is there for you, anytime. For us, it is a very important decision because we feel so strongly that everyone should have the chance to explore the value that 3DEXPERIENCE Works can bring to the entire SolidWorks community, just like Ocean-based or we are from Milan were able to do. Not only that, I have another important announcement. By the same date, July 1st, 2023, take a note, everyone that has a SolidWorks license, the cloud, and therefore a cloud license in the cloud, will be able to do what you have been asking for a long time. Everyone with that license will be able to share for review and markup 3D design with anyone in the world, without any license, without any installation on the web. What I like to call is e-drawings on steroid. Everyone, guys. The platform, the cloud, is now part of your new seat, and you can share everything that you do with everybody in the world in the most convenient way. So I can say that this is to empower you, right? And when we say that we want to lower the barrier of access to our technology, I think we do our best to make it happen, because we have a responsibility to you. And I know that you collectively can make a huge impact to our lives and to all those around us, a huge impact on the planet, a huge impact on the future. Now, speaking of which, we were devastated by the tragedy that has unfolded in Turkey and Syria because of the earthquake. Now, I want you to know that we are already scrambling to help everybody that we know in the area. We are already working with our customers, with our partners, with the Fab Lab Foundation to find ways to help the population that is in very, very serious distress, and we feel for them. So an applause to our friends in Turkey and Syria. Some of them are here now. Please share your solidarity. I know they are starting with initiatives to fundraising. We need to support our friends in Turkey and Syria, guys. So thank you very much. It is now time to give you more insight into the vision and the future of Dassault Systèmes. Please welcome the Dassault Systèmes Chairman and CEO, Monsieur Bernard Charles. Thank you. Welcome. Welcome, Bernard.
I like your buckle. Hello, everyone. So good to be all together. It looks to me that the Christmas time will be July 1st, listening to John Paolo. Well, it's always an inspiring moment to be together here. And imagination really is about magic. And we want you to discover magic in the 3DEXPERIENCE platform. The 3DEXPERIENCE world is a new world, a whole new approach, of course, to the future of design. And if you consider the current reach that we have, you are part of a gigantic community of users. The world's best brands are using our solution. And so many companies are improving the world every day, like the great stories we just saw, improving people's life. From a consumer, people at work, citizen, student, passion. And as Dassault Systèmes is proud to serve 11 of the world industries, and by the way, being world leader in 7 of them, you know them, transportation, mobility, aerospace, space, industrial equipment, of course, great communities here, high-tech, med-tech, life science. We want you to take this opportunity to connect with this new ecosystem that is evolving, because it's part of the new industry of the 21st century. This is why the industry is adopting platform. This is the power of imagination and the power of platform. We've talked about supply. You have talked about the massive move from product to experiences, shifting to green economy. 25% of the world GDP is manufacturing, 10 to 15% life cycle and life science and med tech, and 45% infrastructure, energy. You play in those industries. So the virtual twin being experienced, i.e. simulated, is so important, not only to understand the invisible today, but to project the future of tomorrow. I was traveling in UK in the past days, coming here, and I saw this picture. Well, I think the metaverse runs the risk of illusion. But what we do together, it's a virtual twin of the real world to really understand how it works. And our friend, my friend, Dr. Hoganson from Boston Children's Institute would show you that changing the medical practices, using the virtual world experience, being so close to the real life is important for him. I would like to reveal today a few things which are coming with the platform availability to you. The first thing is about design quality. Design quality has been the core of what you have been doing with the program in the past Model Mania events. Think about it. We can today select one of these models, any design created on the planet by any rudimentary CAD, and our AI engine will regenerate automatically the specs of those designs and recreate the best possible design. That's what you see here, automatically. So there are 2 consequences. Number 1, you can reassess the quality of your design. Number 2, it puts you in a position to create 5-star design with high-quality specs and elevate the IP that you have in your company. We talk a lot about ChatGPT, on these kind of things. We are applying the AI technology within the platform for the future of design. The role of designers to decide what are the right specs, and the 3DEXPERIENCE AI will produce the parts and the mechanism for you. It's going to be available on the cloud as a service. And there is more, because of course, so many of the existing objects on the planet are not even digitized or poorly digitized. So scanners are becoming affordable, easy to use. And the question is, how fast can we use AI to really rebuild the specs of what has been scanned? You have seen a beautiful manufacturing plant in John Paolo's presentation, but here is a basic part. And you will see that with very advanced AI technology, we can quickly recreate the specs of that and be as close as possible to the scan without spending a minute to design on the screen. All our users, makers, innovators, Solidworks users, CATIA users, 3DVI users will have this available on the platform. So not only you can qualify design, elevate the IP, not only you can use, scan, and recreate perfect design from it, but you can also rework all the patrimony that you have in your company. We are planning to really be able to index, scan, reevaluate, sort, simplify, rename, provide the real characteristics to gigantic data set, and we have applied it already. We have applied it on vehicle development, large-scale vehicle development. The customer was asking us, can I predict the volatility of material cost, supply disruption, to estimate the risk I have for my product and solution cost when I'm going to deliver that car? We did it in less than 3 weeks. Real-time material studies, volatility, and being able to deliver an estimation that was very close to the reality. Why is this so important? Because you all are going to be confronted to a new challenge. Material alternatives. How do you pick new type of materials? This is why, by the way, Dassault Systèmes is inventing new material science technology exactly for that, for circularity. And also why we are using life science. By the way, as a matter of fact, in 2022, we became the first global player in life science and healthcare, bigger than all the other sectors in only 3 years. We are learning from life science the biomimicry. You are going to see an example here of how we can optimize a structure and make it lifelike. We can grow matter. We can, like in human cells, using the specs, create the result that will be far closer to the DNA behavior, not the material behavior, the DNA behavior that we observe in real life. That is being available as a service inside the platform. Just like your skin, it can heal itself. The new world of design of the 21st century is truly going to be transformed, taking advantage of what we learn from life science and from life at large. The bioimagination is well understood by students, by the way, very well understood by new kids. They have invented, for example, this turtle robot. It's a team that won a contest using Solidworks and 3DEXPERIENCE. They have observed the real life of a turtle, and they have done the biomimicry and discover using the system what kind of new mechanism could be put in place. And this robot is used to remove plastics waste in ports. So the future of imagination is very well associated to the future of design and new design techniques. And I believe that you all will be able to really transform your companies that way. We have observed, and it will be one of my last points, we have observed that many startups have great ideas on very high difficulties to build up their organization growth when they hire people. So I'm pleased to tell you that we are going to apply also the virtual twin experience that we apply to things on life to organization. We call these business experiences. On having ready-to-use business experiences for startups, makers, it's a high value because it simplifies their life. And I'm very pleased that we are developing with many partners who are here, and probably will show you at the playground, the value of developing and using business experiences through the marketplace and have them being ready to use for your organization. I'm thinking about partners like Swift, Solidworks, Trimec, Avenao, AraWorks, and many more. Thank you, guys, for developing the business experiences. They are going to be very useful for your customers and your users. So the magic is really redefining the future of design for the world. And I will conclude with a last quick illustration. 2 years ago, we decided to set up a platform, by the way, which is used by IKEA, and they have been selling millions of kitchens in less than a year online, designing everything online. Consumer will design what they need. They will go to the store. The store will help them to pick what they need to have for their kitchen or bathroom. Millions of kitchens online on the cloud were available. And we are at a point now where learning from this mass gigantic data set, we can create automatically new environment for people when they specify what they need, the ambience, and the system will suggest and show them multiple ideas. So this gigantic customer base that we enjoy to serve every day is a tremendous asset for all of you in terms of new reach. It's hundreds of thousands of large companies, millions of users, thousands of startups, tens of thousands of millions of students. The platform phenomenon is changing the boundaries of the connection to create new type of ecosystem. We are very proud to invest with startups, experience labs, education. We want to continue to do so as much as we are doing it for life science on any of the sectors. So please discover all those new things coming. July 1st is an important moment for, I think, for all the solutions that will be available to you. Software as a service, AI-based design, the future of design for the 21st century, to make our world more sustainable and to enable new players to be successful, to change the future of a green industry of the 21st century. Enjoy the 3D experience world and enjoy all the things that will be presented to you. Thank you for being here. It's a great pleasure to speak to you this morning. All the best to all of you.
Thank you so much, Bernard. Thank you, and thank you to Gianpaolo as well. It is great to hear how the 3D Experience Works portfolio has expanded since we were last together to include capabilities like virtual twin experiences that help facilitate sustainable innovation. And thank you to WeArt and OceanBased for showing us how the platform helps customers of all sizes succeed and will continue to do so in the future. Wait, I have a question. It has been more than 3 years since we've been together last, and I'm sure in that time there is a lot to celebrate. We have been certifying users for more than 25 years now, and I'm sure some of you perhaps were certified in the last 3 years, so let me hear you, if that's you. Anyone? Yes, congratulations, and let's hear it for all our certified users. Let me hear you. Fantastic, congratulations, thank you. 25 years now. Well done, well done. Oh, the crowd looks so good. So nice to see you all. Yes. Well, last year, our next presenter came to the stage in a new role to tell us what he learned in year one. Please welcome CEO of Solidworks, Manish Kumar.
Thank you, Tracy.
Congratulations on your first year.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you. You know, I've been here since last 25 years. This July, I'll complete 25 years, so I'm not really new. And the Joe, my friend there, he hates me pointing out him single alone or alone, so he knows me for the last, what, 20 years? I love you, Joe. Now, how many of you build things yourself? Not as a professional, but for yourself. A lot of you, right? You fix things yourself. I did something similar this year. I should say last year. My dishwasher was broken. I could have replaced it, but I decided that I'm going to not buy a new one, rather I am going to fix it myself. After fixing it, it was such an amazing feeling. Later I came to know even Bernard. He is a technical guy. He's an engineer, by the way. He replaced the brakes of his car by himself. And the reason why he did was not because he does not have money. He has a lot, trust me. He has a lot of money, but he wanted to do something by himself using his own hands. This is what I love about this crowd. You're all makers, creators, builders. This is who you are, and this is why we love you. Please give yourself a round of applause. Now let me go and tell you a story that really made me think. In 1994, while the very first line of SolidWorks code was being written, Boeing was rolling out a new thing called Boeing 777. This was world's first plane built using virtual twin, built using Dassault Systèmes technology. Now, how was this achieved? Look at the beautiful logo there. Working together. And Bernard was a key part of that story. Bernard was a key part of that industry revolution. Thank you, Bernard. Even after almost 30 years since that launch, I find it to be really profound, working together. Because problems of the future are going to be solved by working together. Individualistic mindset of I is not going to work. Now, having spent my entire career at SolidWorks, being customer-centric is in my DNA. This is what I have learned here. So how can I improve further? I thought, why not go to the past to learn the future? Now, you know I am a storyteller, so I went a bit too far. I was born in India in a state where Mahavir, Jain, and Buddha were born. If you have heard of Jainism or Buddhism, you might know their names. Now, leaving their comfort of their homes aside, they started to travel in the early part of their lives. That is how they came to know the realities of the world, pains and sufferings, before forming their own views and trying to find possible solutions. So I decided to go on a SolidWorks pilgrimage myself. Last year, I traveled a lot. I went to your sites, to your factories, to your seminars, user group meetings, 3DEXPERIENCE conferences. I even went to some countries I had never been before in my life. First, I must tell you, I saw a lot of love, a lot of happiness, a lot of good things. Thank you all. But I also got to know what is not working. I witnessed firsthand your pains and sufferings. I heard about issues related to functionality, user experience, quality, enhancements. And every such visit meant I brought more work for my poor R&D team. I love you guys. But almost every single person I met is telling me that the size of their assemblies are getting larger and larger. You are able to create the virtual twin of your idea in its full scope. It means its complexity in terms of size, number of models, relationships. It's growing. They all grow, and at times exponentially. Now, I'll do an experiment here. How many of you here want us to be faster than ever for large assemblies? Please raise your hands. All of you, right? Your voice is heard pretty loud and clear. Thank you. Your large assembly performance is our biggest priority, and it will be till you are happiest possible souls on the planet Earth. Now, I'll do a second experiment now. Please raise your hands if you have a kid who goes to school. Quite a few of you. Now, how many of those kids, they use Chromebooks and iPads? Almost all of them, right? This is the reality of our life. This is the second universal change that I saw. On one hand, you are creating the largest possible assemblies. On the other hand, kids of today, they are learning in an environment that they have access to. We need to solve both these problems together. We need to break the silos. I saw amazing products being delivered by you. Very robust. I'll trust my own life with it. But I saw you using physical rigs, test rigs, which takes time, and it can delay time to market. You are managing labor shortages like a champion by embracing automation. We can help you with virtual twins of your factories. Provide you with ways to program your robots without taking them offline, because robot not working is money being wasted, right? A friend of mine who is in the crowd, by the way, he told me it takes 1 week to do a custom design, but it takes 5 to 6 weeks of back and forth with my client to close a deal. So, you know, communication is still a problem. It's primarily based on 2D drawings, PDF files, emails. Why not use the power of web, communities, links, and provide them 3D view of the product that you are trying to create from any device, accessible from any device? You have few people in the workforce who are extremely knowledgeable, but they are closer to retirement. You are trying to find ways to capture their knowledge and know-how. You want to transfer their skills to the next generation of workforce. We can help. Supply chains are unforeseen headache. Delivering on time, managing cost, promised price, delivering at promised price. This needs to have a data-centric approach. We can provide with ways to find the reason behind cost increases and possible ways to reduce cost. And I can keep on going, but you know, you get my point. So the question is, what are we doing about them, and how are we going to help you face those problems? Answer is here, by working together. All the brands of Dassault Systems are working together with you to help you solve your challenges of the future. Different brands of Dassault Systems have different expertise. All these brands are delivering to you solutions that meet your individual needs, keeping your holistic goal in mind, which is to help you transform from delivering products to delivering experiences. Our 3D Experience platform is the binding force that enables us to work together, that enables us to be single source of truth, to capture ideas, to help people to work together collaboratively. Now let me show you how we are achieving this. I don't need to tell you the value of SolidWorks, of course. You use it, you love it, you create tattoos. We love you, Randy. I know you are watching it online. I promise by the end of Wednesday, you will have more reasons to love SolidWorks after seeing what is coming to you. On the other hand, students are learning CAD in our browser-based apps. Bleeding-edge startups are using to reap the full benefit of anywhere from any device promise. Tomorrow at 9, we will take you for a deep dive on these topics. This is just a teaser. Now we are combining these two worlds together. You heard GP announce it minutes ago. With every SolidWorks purchase, you are going to have access to the platform, which means you can put SolidWorks data on the platform and use data from the platform in SolidWorks. It comes with a lot of other benefits. GP mentioned, again, a few of them. Let me try to simplify it for you. It essentially means that you can work seamlessly between SolidWorks app and any other SolidWorks browser-based app. So the distance between present and future, it's gone. You create data without worrying about which app will use it. Now, one key point with SolidWorks desktop app, you can still save data locally or in PDM. It's your choice. We are not going to take the choice away. But we didn't stop here. Platform comes with a very simple admin tool that allows you to manage users, your data, your licenses, and so on. And to help you simplify your life even further, we took the same SolidWorks that you love, packaged it in a platform way, and that is 3DEXPERIENCE SolidWorks. With this, you can manage your entire license base, all the users in one single place. I will repeat, 3DEXPERIENCE SolidWorks has the same SolidWorks app, but it is much simpler to manage. And it has other additional apps for your benefit at your disposal, like XDesign, XShape, depending on the offer you bought. So 3DEXPERIENCE SolidWorks, SolidWorks Cloud, you install it from the platform. At this point, all the silos are gone. They're broken, they're destroyed. All SolidWorks apps are connected to the platform. And we did it to ensure that we can deliver enhancements to our entire portfolio and still increase the overall value that we provide to you. No more incremental values in silos, sorry. Thank you. Now I saved the biggest benefit for the last. Do you want to use the power of the platform to collaborate, to connect data, idea, and people from anywhere using any device? Or do you want scientific modeling and simulation in the virtual world to gain insights? Or manufacturing simulation to validate the tool path before you manufacture anything? Perhaps you want to review the largest possible assemblies in your browser, or plan to deliver on time, or manage change, or even want to produce emotion-evoking marketing materials. With today's announcement, you have everything needed to get started to use any other value from the entire 3DEXPERIENCE Works portfolio. This announcement makes 3DEXPERIENCE Works portfolio seamless like never before. Now, please watch this carefully. This is what Bernard also alluded to. There is a company in Silicon Valley which is claiming that they are building future where people will be able to go in virtual world to do this kind of thing. But this is something which you are already creating. You are already in the future. Please welcome. You are already in the future because you are the ones who are creating this. You are the ones who are using it even today. Tomorrow, we are going to show you in 3 hour-long sessions how you can use the power, the full power of 3DEXPERIENCE Works that is in front of you. And I feel that we are just getting started. Now, we are working with a platform-centric approach where your teams can work on their own areas of expertise, but without working in silos, where data is up to date all the time, where costs can be analyzed, reduced to meet the profitability goals, where the robust product can be delivered on time, on quality, on price. If you are here, it means you are the thought leaders. You are the change agents who challenge status quo. You are the ones who look into the future, who take risks, who want to be the bleeding edge, who want to be at the bleeding edge of the technology. You are my heroes, our heroes. This conference is going to provide you with a lot of learning opportunity. Please help yourself. Dive deeper into topics. See how you can leverage what we have to offer to you. Please tell us if you think we need to improve to help you solve your problems. Working together, we have made a huge impact in the world today. Working together, we are going to change the future. Now, let me, as one last comment, I have been working together with a very elite group of people who are sitting in that corner. Can we have some lights on them? The Dassault Systèmes R&D guys, everything is possible because of you. Thank you. And with that, thank you so much. It's such a nice experience to be back in person. See you next year.
Thank you so much, Manish. Thank you. We know that SolidWorks continues to be in good hands. Thank you. Well, Manish and his team are listening to your challenges, and they are working together on solutions. You'll be able to learn more about everything new in SolidWorks at the user sessions this week and at the design focus session tomorrow morning. And now for several stories about community members who are making an impact in their own way, please welcome to the stage Vice President of Strategy and Community for 3DEXPERIENCE Works, Suchit Jain.
Thanks, Tracy.
Hello, everybody. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to 3DEXPERIENCE World. You are a community of 7 million. Guys, 7 million designers, engineers, students, entrepreneurs who are shaping the world around us. You are the ones creating impact, and it is my honor to be a part of this collective effort. Together, we will unleash the power of innovation and drive progress at an exponential speed. Today, we will hear from some of the most innovative and impactful leaders in our community. Now, innovation is key to driving progress and creating new opportunities. But how do we innovate without wasting time, money, and resources? Well, startups are doing it with the help of 3DEXPERIENCE Works. They are at the forefront of driving progress and creating exciting new opportunities. They're developing electric vehicles, spacecrafts, furniture, medical devices, and more. Let's hear from some of these startups and learn how they are using SolidWorks and the 3DEXPERIENCE platform to drive innovation.
By bringing fully electric jet skis to market, we're going to be reducing the amount of pollutants that's pumped directly into waterways.
We are designing indoor vertical farming systems that are fully automated. We're using SolidWorks to design the entirety of our systems to make high quality, low cost produce affordable to everyone.
My startup is positively impacting the lives of surgeons and patients by creating innovative surgical tools to improve outcomes.
We design and manufacture electric motorcycles using batteries from end of life.
We launched our company about 6 months ago to develop remote control robot for use in potentially hazardous space.
We can develop these things, prototype them, and then scale them into our full-scale models. It just helps us present really effectively so they know exactly what we're designing and what they'd be putting their money towards.
So I have with me on stage today 4 leaders who are making an impact in their fields. So first, I'd like to invite my friend Ilya. Ilya, come on up. So let's welcome Ilya Merman. Ilya is head of marketing and sales operations at VerveMotion. Now, VerveMotion is a startup that has really become a successful business with a little help from 3DEXPERIENCE Works for Startups program. They are creating wearable robotics for industrial workspace. So Ilya, can you talk about your product and how SolidWorks and 3DEXPERIENCE platform has been helping VerveMotion?
Sure. So we're a wearable robotics company. We've made the world's first exosuit for industrial workers. So when somebody's lifting things on a repeated basis, it eliminates a lot of the strain on your lower back and reduces injuries by a factor of 10. We designed this soft exosuit that wears like a backpack with SolidWorks, and let me tell you a little bit about that. So the entire product, and it's a pretty sophisticated robot that I'm wearing. There's everything from mechanics, electronics, apparel, everything is captured in SolidWorks. We use it for design, obviously collaboration, documentation, data management, and we machine and print right from the models. In fact, the key thing, we're a hardware company, we're a startup, but we move as fast as a software company. We have new releases every few weeks, and so as a result, 3D printing right from the SolidWorks models is a key capability. you got complex geometries, you can consolidate assemblies, you don't need to commit to one particular tooling. You got a new rev, and you print it out. And the beauty is the new generation of printers, 3D printers, feature large build volumes, fast build rates, a lot of different materials, and you can really go to production with 3D printing. In fact, there's some great systems out here. This is one of the components in our suit printed on the Nexa machine that you can see out there. It's a great time to be an engineer.
Well, Ilya, well, I've known you for so many years, so I cannot let you go without sharing your personal passion project.
All right, so as a fun little side thing, I've been really intrigued with what's possible with generative design, with 3D printing, and so been working with a few folks around the world, inspired by designs from Australia, some software work, design work going on in France, and then 3D printing, some amazing resin printers, wood printers. Been building guitars, so it's a ton of fun. This is one of the recent ones, again, printed on a Nexa machine, so it's a Telecaster meets AI generative design.
So isn't it beautiful, guys? What do you think? So thank you, Ilya. Thank you, and he has promised that he's going to play. So you guys have to insist on it, but you can probably catch him playing this in the 3D Experience Playground or the Hive, right?
We'll see what happens, yes.
Thank you, Ilya. So while 3D printing is expanding, as you saw, from prototyping use to production use, CNC has been the go-to method for production for precision metal parts. So let's welcome our next guest, Titan. Titan, come on up here. Titan Gilroy. Hey, Titan. Everybody knows Titan. Titan is the CEO of Titans of CNC. It's an advanced manufacturing production facility based in Texas and a revolutionary CNC online academy. Now, Titan is famous. He has got 2 million followers across social media platforms, and he's really become an industry icon. So Titan, what is the missions of Titans of CNC? So you can explain that and how really our Solidworks is helping you achieve your mission.
Awesome. Manufacturing, yeah! Woo! You know, it really started back in 2010. I was working with SpaceX, making incredible parts, solving those problems. Working with Blue Origin, building the BE3 engine and machining the Monel and inking on titanium parts with the engineers. We had just come out of the economy collapse and saw 50,000 companies go out of business. And as I was solving problems with manufacturing, and I couldn't help but look back and see all the companies that had lost their way. And I knew that we were only running, these companies were running at 10, 20, 30% of their capabilities, and manufacturing in itself is not good enough. It's a competitive business, and we have to be efficient, and we have to use the latest technology. So I made a decision to dedicate my company and my life to the service of our industry, to teach our companies, to teach our students, to bring awareness to our trades. You don't see it. You don't see it on the news. I was homeless. I was in prison. I had no opportunity. I walked in. I know it wasn't a mistake, but I walked into a machine shop and it changed my life. So we made a decision to dedicate ourselves to give that same opportunity to people all over the world. And now we're in over 170 countries. Thank you. We have an online academy with 170,000 students. What I do different as a CNC machinist, coming from the beginning, is I teach you how to make a part. Every time I go to a company, it's all about the part, and then taking my know-how from CNC machining and all the variables to make the part. So SolidWorks allows us to teach kids and machinists and students in colleges and companies all over the world how to make parts that change the world. And we show them how to program them, how to machine them, and we teach the entire process. And I'm incredibly thankful to be here, to be with you guys. If you see me, I'm here for questions. I just want to love on everybody, and thank you, Suchit.
Thank you.
Solidworks, baby.
So I've known Titan. I've known Titan is an amazing, amazing person. Get to know him. So Titan, thank you for joining us here, sharing your inspiring story. It's an amazing story. Incredible work you're doing in advancing education in the manufacturing industry. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So talking about democratization of making, 3DEXPERIENCE SolidWorks for Makers has made the world's best design tools even more accessible to makers, hobbyists, professional engineers. Now, I know one such maker, so Jonathan, come up here. My good friend Jonathan, I've known him for, since 2014, since Gianpaolo and I visited you back in Vancouver.
Yeah, it's been a while.
So he is Jonathan Tippett. If you don't know, he is creating amazing creatures, right? He's creating amazing creatures using part art, part science, and a little bit of SolidWorks. His creation Prosthesis is a 4,000 kg, 200 horsepower, 100% human-controlled electric mechanical suit. It amplifies the pilot strengths by 50x. So Jonathan, you've been on this stage before. People have seen your Mondo Spider and other creations. So about Prosthesis 2.0 and what's coming in future.
Yeah, thanks, Suchit. Great to be back on stage. Great to be back IRL to share what our company, Exosapien Technologies, has coming down the pike, because we have some crazy things in the works. We're taking 6 years of brutal field trials on our PX1 prototype, Prosthesis, and we're rolling that into the PX2. Now, this next generation machine will be 2/3 the size, half the weight, and about twice the power. So you'll be able to strap into this thing and jump from a standstill. And we estimate that with a skilled mech pilot, you'll be able to wind this thing up to about 20 or 30 kilometers an hour. And that's not all we're working on. This is a global debut here at 3DEXPERIENCE World. Another project we're working on takes what we've learned from mech suit design and applies it to the vehicle world to create a whole new class of machine. We're calling it an exo-quad. So imagine a cross between a motorcycle, a mech suit, and a quad. You ride it like a sport bike, so you lean to turn, but your hands and feet independently control the ride height of the 4 wheels of the machine with real-time force and positional feedback. So it'll be like riding a roller coaster where you make your own track as you go. It's going to be bananas. We expect the first prototype to come out in about a year or so. We got a lot of SolidWorks ahead of us, so keep an eye on that.
Well, so Jonathan, Prosthesis was a hard one. I know, Gianpaolo, you tried, right, when it was being built back in Vancouver. But this VX1 EXO is amazing, and hopefully I can ride that.
Absolutely. Jump in and go.
Thanks, Jonathan.
Thanks.
So now let me introduce somebody Bernard already mentioned, Dr. David Hoogensen. Dr. Hoogensen is an assistant in the Department of Cardiac Surgery and director of the Computational 3D Visualization Program at Boston's Children's Hospital. Dr. Hoogensen has a background in engineering and industry experience in developing cardiovascular medical devices. So Dr. Hoogensen, we have been working together for a long time. Yep. You've been working with Dassault Systèmes for a long time. So tell us about how you are using design and simulation tools for preoperative training and intraoperative guidance.
Yeah. So thank you very much for the opportunity to be here. This is exciting as an engineer and a surgeon. So as a pediatric cardiac surgeon, we're typically relying on intraoperative decision-making to do complex reconstructions for patients with congenital heart disease, but unfortunately, often there's a fair bit of geometric variability in the outcome of these reconstructions. So now we're using 3DEXPERIENCE to prospectively plan patient-specific reconstructions. And so our workflow starts with a patient-specific 3D heart model, engineering quality, created from a CT scan or an MRI. And then we use the 3DEXPERIENCE platform to design patches inside the heart, patches to enlarge blood vessels, to make new connections. And the goal is not to achieve an adequate outcome, but a very precise reconstruction. And we've been working with Dassault Systèmes to expand what we're able to do in this area to do computational preoperative planning. And now we're creating multi-curve patches for brand new babies who need to reconstruct their aortic arch. And we're able to incorporate the mechanical properties of both the anisotropic patches and the aortas. And within about a month, we're gonna have a laser which we're mounting in the operating room. And so from overhead, the laser will upload the 3DEXPERIENCE design that we've created and then project that design down onto the sterile operating room table, onto the patch material. And with greater than 98% accuracy, we can trace out and cut out that patch to translate that precision into the surgeon for very accurate reconstructions. And so what we're doing is transforming this from a make it up in the operating room approach to now a new standard of computational preoperative planning that has and will continue to be life-saving for our patients.
So that is amazing, guys. So Dr. Hogginson, thank you for sharing your inspiring work and the impact it's really making in medical field. Thank you. So from Verve Motion, wearable robotics, to Titans Gilroy's aerospace CNC shop, to Jonathan Tippett's incredible creations, to Dr. Hogginson's use of 3DEXPERIENCE tools in surgical planning, all our guests have demonstrated the importance of collaboration and working together. So I'd like to give them another round of applause. Thank you. Thank you, guys. So at Dassault Systèmes, we are, of course, committed to providing the tools to them and to you to achieve the level of collaboration impact you've seen in their presentations. So for the past year, we have been working with a user advisory group to develop the next generation of collaboration tools on the 3DEXPERIENCE platform, which GP and Manish showed earlier. So let's take a look at what's coming.
It's great to see the future of 3D Swim rolling out with a new refreshed look and feel. The changes will improve the mobile app interaction as well, so we're glad they're listening to our feedback.
I really enjoyed working with the Solidworks teams at Dassault since we moved from the old forum to the 3D Swim. And I genuinely think that this iteration of the 3D Swim is going to be a big leap forward.
So Gianpaolo said it, it's e-drawings on steroids and many more things, guys. So once again, you've seen that. So guys, you are shaping the future one design at a time. We have heard from some of the most innovative and impactful leaders in our community, and we have seen how Solidworks and the 3DEXPERIENCE platform are empowering them to drive progress and create new opportunities. So thank you for being part of this incredible community, and I look forward to seeing the impact we will create in the future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sujit. Thank you. And everyone, make sure you head to the Partner Pavilion to see prosthesis and all these amazing customers in action. Well, as you know, another highlight, 3DEXPERIENCE World can't happen without the help of our sponsors. So here's a word from HP.
Achieve peak performance for your innovative product concepts, simulations, and visualizations. Develop models confidently on a workstation tested for hundreds of thousands of hours to meet your demands. Accelerate your design iterations with the latest NVIDIA graphics. supported by innovative thermal efficiency. Create on an ultra-crisp 4K display, then step into a virtual reality environment for collaboration and client reviews. Design with professional power in the office, at home, or on the go with space-saving desktops and lighter laptops that are built to expand with your work. Z's high-performance technology is trusted for every stage of your design process, from sketch to prototype. This is the next era of design. Z by HP.
Thank you to HP. Well, every year, our 3DEXPERIENCE Works technical team, marketing team produces a main stage demo that you don't want to miss. It's half technology preview and half comedic skits. Stack-taff plus acting. Those two go hand in mouse hand, right? Sure. Well, this year, the team wanted to take you on an epic 3-day adventure to celebrate us all being back together in person in Nashville. So hold on to your seats for the first part of the spoof. We are about to drop you in the middle of our hero, in the middle of his latest quest.
This is it. We're deep in the heart of Concord now. Call BC.
We can't go in there. I mean, no one's been in there for at least a decade. I'm not going back to Windows XP. You can't make me. I have maybe 2 gigs of RAM on a good day with a 3 gigabyte switch and a 50 gigabyte hard drive costs how much? I can't do it.
Platform Jones, he's right. They moved all the good stuff to Waltham a long time ago.
You want to go back to the designer pool, kid? I'll make the call. That's what I thought. There are lost features in there. We're gonna find them. They belong in everyone's CAD. Now let's go. Oh, mice. Why did it have to be corded mice? Wait, mouses? Meese? Anyways. Oh.
Hey, check this out.
Stop, kid, stop.
It's a filing cabinet. It's gonna have everything we need.
Stay out of the drawers. Watch and learn. What we're looking for, you won't find in a drawing, kid. We're in the belly of the beast now, kid. Tech support.
Solidworks. Your design is very important to us. Please continue to Control Q your assembly while waiting. At any time, press 1 to connect immediately to fail.
Platform Jones, where are we now?
R&D, where fortunes are made and dreams come to die.
Ah, get them off me. Get them off me.
Relax, kid. It's software. There's always going to be bugs. Coarse grind. Oh, hazelnut. We're close. I got this, kid. Just hang back and catch up on your design work or something.
Stay out of the drawer. I'm Platform Jones. I can't believe they made this guy the hero. Wait, you can hear this? A demo? Easy. Top plane. Sketch. Rectangles. Quick dimensions all over. Touch to fill it. Edit entity. Make that a chamfer. Mid-plane extrude the contours. Right plane, sketch, convert entities. No time to clean this up. Revolve cut. Ready for 3D print? Yeah, this will work.
Platform Jones. Platform Jones!
What is it?
I made the save icon.
The what? Oh, nice print, kid. Nice CAD work. Oh, I think we're supposed to...
Run away! Run away!
I guess XP was stable after all. Well, maybe not.
Ah, my mouse hand! My mouse hand! Control Z! Control Z!
Ooh, you're not gonna be much good without that.
Platform, please! Jones! Jones! Jones!
Trust me, kid. I'm doing you a favor.
Jones! Platform! Platform! Come back here!
Haha!
Remarkable find, Platform Jones. Simply remarkable. After my laboratory analysis, I can say with confidence, this diskette contains fragments of authentic SolidWorks source code. Interestingly enough, most of it was earmarked for SolidWorks 2024. It appears R&D's most recent test project was what you Yanks call a snowblower? However, it's dreadfully incomplete. This bearing housing still requires proper fastening. Starting a new sketch, I notice a new type of instant dimension. Select any preview value to fully define every time. A quick segment, and I have 6 evenly spaced sketch points. Also in 2024, the trusty Hole Wizard now lets me reuse any sketch. It simply picks up all my sketch points as drilling locations. Accordingly, this new instances to skip becomes quite handy. Looking at the feature manager, I see a local coordinate system. It must be for the fabricators. The Save As dialog now provides a specification of any underdefined coordinate system, so that becomes the origin of the copied part.
Markup, that is real nice for downstream imports.
Well, and speaking of downstream, a true gentleman always adds mate references to his common components. Mate references are a great way to add intelligence and be a champ. Let's assume this part will typically be mated concentric. Let's define a reference for that. In 2024, you can now specify to lock rotation, clearing yet another hurdle to fully define our assemblies. Let's get this hub into the blower's structural assembly. I now see more flexibility when inserting a component. There are options to fix, float, or fix first. Notice the new configuration descriptions, so we're sure to pick the right size. We'll float this one at the origin, and using the new mate references, this snaps into a fully constrained state. Smashing. That was easy. And look at this handlebar. It has 2 named mate references. Previous versions had difficulty solving for these, but SolidWorks 2024 has an option to create mates only when the names match. Now I get a choice when multiple options are in proximity.
I would use everything you just showed, like, all the time. Now watch out. Let me drive. What's this? Adventure expert. Oh, hey.
Jones, as I mentioned, this disk contains only fragments of code.
Markup, look at this file location. You know, X never marks the spot. But do you remember Brenda Camwood? She always did map her special USB drive to X.
Last I heard, Brenda was somewhere in France chasing fortune and glory inside R&D senior management.
We have to find Brenda. There are features on her USB drive that belong in everyone's CAD.
of the greatest parts of the show, right? But did they really just leave their poor junior designer stuck in some filing cabinets? Well, we'll have to wait until tomorrow to see if Platform Jones and Markup Brody can locate Brenda, her USB drive, and more of the lost features. Well, that is a wrap on day one. Now, just a reminder, the Model Mania SolidWorks Virtual Challenge will take place today, noon at Central Time. So good luck to all those who are competing. And remember, tomorrow we're doing something a little bit different. There'll be 3 sequential sessions, each diving a little bit deeper into the 3D ExperienceWorks portfolio. They'll be in this room starting at 9 a.m. And then we'll see those of you at home on the wrap later this afternoon on live. So have an amazing day reconnecting. We'll see you later.